We are so glad you have chosen a PetSafe remote trainer to effectively communicate with your dog and correct any unwanted behaviors. Your remote trainer will help you talk to your dog from a distance, which will help both of you understand each other a little better. The PetSafe remote trainers are comfortable for your pet and easy to use. The handheld transmitter assists you in controlling your pet without a leash. At the push of a button, your remote sends a signal activating your dog's receiver collar. Then your dog receives a safe, harmless, static stimulation. For consumers with more than one dog, certain trainers have the Add a Dog capability, which allows you to communicate with both of your dogs with one transmitter. You will need to purchase an additional collar through our website at www.petsafe.net or through our customer care center. Check your instruction manual for appropriate directions. The proper fit and placement of your receiver collar is very important for its effective operation. First, make sure your receiver collar is turned off and your dog is standing comfortably. To ensure your collar is working, the contact point should touch your dog's skin. Check the fit of your dog's collar by putting one finger between the collar and your dog's neck. The fit should be snug, but not constricting.
Hi, I'm Mike, a trainer at PetSafe, and I use these collars on a daily basis. Today I'd like to share a tip with you about how to properly fit the collar to your dog. A common mistake is to fit the collar on the dog when they're sitting down. The issue with this is their neck is shorter and more round, and therefore it gives you the illusion that it's tight enough. Once they've stood up, the neck becomes longer and more narrow, and the collars no longer fit properly. Go ahead and make sure that you recheck the collar's fit and tighten it up as you need to.
Let your dog get comfortable with her new collar by allowing her to wear it for several minutes, and then recheck the fit to be sure it is correct. If your dog is fully grown, you can trim the collar. However, if she is young, you want to be sure she has plenty of room to grow. It is not recommended that you use remote trainers on pets under 6 months of age. Before using the stimulation button, spend 10 to 15 minutes per day for 2 or 3 days, helping her understand the association of the tone with reward and praise. Push the tone button for 2 seconds and reward your dog with verbal praise when you release. You may also want to pet your dog and give them a small food reward. Spend 3 to 5 seconds rewarding your dog. Wait a few minutes before you repeat holding the button for 2 seconds and treating your dog.
When training with the tone function of the remote trainer, make sure that you vary the reward for the tone. That way the dog does not start to anticipate what it's going to get. As soon as the dog does start to anticipate that there is a reward involved with the tone, this phase of the training is over.
When you are ready to begin your training session, find a location with minimal distractions for your dog where she feels safe and comfortable. Make sure both your receiver collar and remote transmitter are fully charged, and you don't leave your dog unattended while she's wearing the collar. Your remote trainer is equipped with many stimulation levels, so you can find the right level for your dog. You should start at the lowest level of stimulation and look for a slight change in your dog's behavior, such as looking around in curiosity, scratching at her collar, or flicking her ears. If you do not see this behavior after repeating the stimulation at the lowest level several times, move up to the next level until you do see the behavior. This behavior indicates you have found her recognition level, which is the level you should use to communicate with her. Remote trainers can be used in a variety of ways, whether it's communicating with your dog off-leash in a dog park or teaching basic obedience. Your remote trainer can help you achieve your goal. Additionally, helping your dog stay on her best behavior by teaching her what not to do can be critical. Bad behaviors can negatively impact your relationship with your dog and can sometimes lead to dog relinquishment. With your remote trainer, you can help your pet understand how she should behave. When you have found your dog's recognition level and are ready to begin teaching your dog basic obedience, you can begin with the sit command. Put a separate non-metallic collar on your pet's neck above the receiver collar and attach a training leash. Be sure the extra collar does not put pressure on the contact points. Hold the leash and remote trainer in one hand and keep your other hand free to guide your dog into a sit position. Press and hold the stimulation button. Immediately give the sit command while you continue to hold the button. Release the button as soon as your dog is in position and praise her. Allow your dog to move from the position and play for a few moments. Then begin again until your pet understands the command. Recalling your dog to wherever you are can be an important safety measure. To teach your dog to come when called, keep the collar on your dog and hold the leash in one hand with the transmitter. Wait for your dog to walk away from you. Using the recognition level for your dog, press the stimulation button on your remote. Immediately give the command "come" while continuing to hold the stimulation button. Using the leash, gently guide your dog towards you until she begins to come in your direction. Immediately release the stimulation button as soon as your dog steps towards you and praise her enthusiastically. When visitors come to your door, you may want your dog to stay in a certain spot while you greet them. To teach your dog to stay, put your dog on her designated spot and walk the perimeter of the spot, but stay within 3 feet. Do not say anything to your dog unless she tries to leave. When your dog tries to leave, press the stimulation button and give the stay command. Continue to hold the button until your dog is back on her spot. After she has settled for a few seconds, allow her to move and praise her. Good leash behavior is important on walks, and so is keeping your dog close to you off leash. To teach your dog to heel, shorten the leash where she is walking right beside you. Slowly release the leash. If your dog moves forward, press the stimulation button and give the command heel. Using the leash, gently pull back to help your pet understand where you want her. When she returns to your side, release the stimulation button and praise her.
When teaching the heel command, ensure that the dog is on the non-dominant hand side. However, if you don't require such strict obedience, you can allow the dog to walk freely around you as long as they are not pulling on the leash.
Jumping can be an annoying behavior, as well as one that may make other people nervous. Dogs typically jump up to get attention, and this is not a behavior you want to encourage. Every time your dog jumps on someone, she should be redirected to an alternate and acceptable behavior, for which she can receive praise. For example, it is great to teach your dog to sit before she can have any attention. To teach your dog to stop jumping with your remote trainer, choose the stimulation level one step higher than your dog's recognition level. As soon as your dog lifts her paws off the ground, press the stimulation button and give the command "sit." Release the stimulation button immediately once she sits down and praise her. If your dog ignores the stimulation, repeat the command and stimulation several times before increasing the level by 1. Practice this exercise in several locations and use different people for distractions. A dog can quickly destroy hours of hard work in the yard with a few moments of digging. Many dogs, such as terriers, were bred to flush out prey, and digging is part of their DNA. Others may be looking to find a cool spot to lie down, and some may dig out of boredom. If you provide a cool shaded area where she can lie down, an alternate activity, and plenty of play and exercise, your dog may be less likely to dig. You can also stop this behavior with a remote trainer. Choose the stimulation level one step higher than your dog's normal recognition level. Give your dog a few minutes wearing her receiver collar in the house before you put her in the yard. No other people or pets should be in the area, so your dog does not associate the stimulation with them. Also, be sure your dog is contained and safe while she is in the yard alone. From a window or spot where your pet cannot see you, wait until your dog begins to dig. While your dog digs, press the stimulation button and release it when she stops. Only press the button while your dog is in the act of digging, and do not say anything to her. If your dog ignores the stimulation, increase the level by 1. Continue to watch your dog as she may look for another area to dig. Do not allow your pet in the yard unsupervised until she has stopped digging. Chasing moving objects, such as cars or motorcycles, can be dangerous for your dog and extremely worrisome for you. Chasing is stimulated by moving objects, but before you work on eliminating the chasing behavior, be sure your dog knows the come command and can return to you even when there are other distractions. After you are sure your dog understands the come command, choose the stimulation level one step higher than your dog's recognition level and set up a scenario where your dog is likely to chase something. For example, you may have a friend ride a bicycle past you on the sidewalk. When the bicycle passes in front of your dog, make sure to hold the leash with a firm grip, and as soon as your dog begins to chase it, give the come command. Press the hold and stimulation button until she stops. If she fails to stop, restrain her with the leash before she reaches danger. When your dog stops chasing and comes back to you, continue walking backwards and giving the come command. Praise your dog when she returns to you. There are certainly times when you need your dog to be quiet, and excessive barking can be a real problem. Your dog barks for many reasons: to alert you, to say hello to other dogs, and boredom. Like other behaviors, some dogs were bred for protection, but your dog should also understand when she needs to be quiet, and you can teach that with the remote trainer. Use a stimulation level one step higher than her normal recognition level, and wait for her to bark. As soon as she does, push the stimulation button and say quiet. Continue as needed. If your pet does not respond to the correction, raise the stimulation one level. Praise her when she is quiet. If you have a really strong-headed dog, a bark control collar may be a better option to help your dog be quiet. We hope you now understand just how easy it is to train your dog with our remote trainers, and we can't wait for you to start seeing results in your dog. Being able to communicate effectively will enhance your relationship more than you could ever imagine. Now that you have the knowledge, go charge your remote transmitter and receiver collar to get started. If you have any further questions, you can always reach our customer care center at 1-866-738-4379 and check www.petsafe.net for other tips.